Hello, I'm Paul Weibel, the Group Head for the National Finance Group. Thanks for watching today. Our video today is going to cover two subjects. The first, the results of our Global People Survey for last year. And then second, we want to talk to you about what the survey told us and the actions we're going to be taking next year in response to your feedback. As we begin, I want to thank all of you for your participation in the Global People Survey. Our participation rate was higher last year than it was the year before, and there were some important results from the survey that I think are encouraging. Last year's survey, there was a clear appetite for greater communication. We took a lot of actions last year, including videos like this one, open forums, brown bag lunches, normal communication on a monthly basis about results within the group. And I'm pleased to report that you told us in last year's survey that our communication score had improved. I think that was hard work by all of us, and I'm grateful for the outcome. This year's survey told us something new. It told us that there's a real appetite for more information about career development and professional development at the bank. Let's take a few minutes and talk about career and professional development at Bank of the West. The bank is very interested in your career development, in seeing you achieve the career and the ambitions that you have. As your career progresses, as you grow your skills, as we give you the training that you need to be successful, the bank succeeds and our community succeed through your hard work. The bank has many ways for you to build the career that you aspire to have. We have mentorships, we have professional training, we have seminars, we have affinity groups such as the Women's Connection to help you understand all the different career options that are available to you at the bank. In today's video, you're going to hear from friends and colleagues about how their careers have progressed, how they've seen their career ambitions materialize inside the bank, and the steps that they took to make it possible.
I partner with Paul and his leadership team, the National Finance Group, and I get to know their businesses and their people and their management style, and I help Paul and his leadership team basically solve their business problems from a people perspective. One of the things he asked me to do is to review his GPS result and figure out, what worked, what kind of feedback, what kind of comments did we get from people, and what do we need to do as a leadership team for this next coming year. We also were able to figure out what did we do that went well in the past year and what things we should maybe start or stop or continue. So in reviewing the GPS results, we have three things we're going to focus on this year. We're going to continue our theme of communication, so that means we're going to continue having open forums, our monthly results calls, video campaigns, kind of like this one. And we're also going to focus on two new themes that emerge from the results. The first one is training, and the second one is careers and professional development. One really direct way Bank of the West has helped me with my career is tying me directly to one of the senior leaders in the bank, Paul Weibel, so I'm able to see the broad spectrum of the National Finance Group, not one particular division, but the whole. One piece of advice I'd tell someone here at the bank, how to grow their career, is to build your network. No matter who you interact with, whether it is the same set of people on a daily basis or someone new every day or every week, is to constantly build your network. Get to know people, put yourself out there, understand what their business is, who they interact with, how they connect to other parts of the bank, and kind of build this network into this intellectual map of the different parts of the bank. Sometimes building your career is going to involve some risk. It may include, a lateral move. It may include even, a position that on the surface may not feel or sound too appealing, but it is a step into another direction. It's a lead into another part of the bank, into another job. And I think that's something that we all have to think about, and sometimes you'll have to do, is to take that risk to get to the ultimate goal. Bank of the West helps employees advance their careers in many ways. Mentor programs, leadership programs, core training, communication training, we've got product training, but we help skill build people as they come into the bank, as they onboard, and then as they continue their career at the bank. We have a lot of opportunities for people to socially get to know one another and interact with each other in formal but also informal settings, and I think that's really helpful as well. We have job postings all the time. We're always encouraging our employees to check out the Bank of the West Careers webpage and see what sort of job postings we have out there. We're actually rolling out a new recruiting tool that'll help applicants hone their job search, and they'll actually get emails sent to them when a job posting that shows up on our webpage. They'll get an email saying, this job posting matches the criteria you've set up in our tool, and why don't you go out and take a look at it and see if you want to apply for it.
I've been with the bank 22 years, and getting to where I am today, I've worked in a variety of positions throughout the consumer finance division. I've worked as a collector, in the customer service group for servicing, in inside sales and marketing, a very short time as a credit officer, and through various positions in indirect operations. The bank has helped me advance my career by allowing me to learn new things all the time. Even though I was a collector, I was able to ask why things happened a certain way. Then when I was in the customer service group, I understood what would happen on the back end of collections and then how that would impact the customer. My future career aspirations are just to continue to learn, which might sound horrible, but that's how you grow and understand the overall business perspective. I don't actually have a 5-year plan, I never have. When I started, I just wanted to be a supervisor. I'm now a manager of 90 people. Side-by-side training is when you sit right next to someone else who's doing another job and you learn that job, learn the why behind that job, how what you currently do impacts that job, and then you perform that job yourself with someone sitting next to you. Women's Connection is a group of people that get together and put on classes for internal networking. The bank is focused on internal networking, but I do think that a lot of internal networking comes from yourself. You have to be friendly in other departments. Whether or not you know anyone, you still smile and say hi, and that will allow you to network with those people later. John Lord's management style is, although you know he is a manager, he also knows his employees very well. Carol Merchant has instilled confidence in me and my decision-making skills and the ability to speak for myself. And Paul Weibel is someone that I'd look up to as far as interaction with his employees and with his managers and how he runs the business. One of my favorite things about working at Bank of the West is the environment that you work in. It's the people that you work with, the ability to not just be a professional, but have conversations outside of just your professional day-to-day work. It's like a family atmosphere where you understand there is a job to be completed. The advice I would give is to perform extremely well in your current position while still trying to understand the impact your current position has on other areas within the bank.
My career path has always been in the finance area. I've been very fortunate to have a wide variety of experiences, from mergers and acquisitions to accounting to actually a stint managing hedge funds and private equity portfolios. I'm very fortunate to have had a very wide variety of experiences over my career. What I realized early on in my career is that formal education will help you, but it will only go so far. You have to have the skills and abilities to be able to lead and inspire a team of professionals. It's only through working through other people that you'll really achieve success. Bank of the West has always been very supportive of extracurricular type activities, whether it's the Women's Forum or banking schools or things like that. We actively cross-train individuals within my department and even among departments. And that's good for the bank because it creates redundancy in case somebody gets sick or is on vacation for an extended period of time. It also improves the individual skills and basic knowledge of our department and of the industry, and that benefits everybody. One of the reasons I think I've been successful, one of the strategies I've employed, and quite frankly it's gotten me into trouble sometimes, but is to rock the boat every now and then. Don't be afraid to challenge the status quo, and if you see a process that's inefficient, to point that out. And the way to do that successfully is to innovate. And not just to point out problems, but to come up with a solution and say, we've been doing something this way for so long. Wouldn't it make more sense in this environment today to change something here or there and make this process more efficient? That's the way you really have growth and development in an organization.
I hope you enjoy these real success stories by your colleagues at the bank. But you have a responsibility as well. It's your responsibility to seek those opportunities, to keep your eyes and ears and mind open to different career paths that may be before you. Some of them may be obvious, some of them may involve some risk that maybe you're unsure you want to take. All I can do is encourage you to try, seek those opportunities, build those relationships with colleagues and friends, with senior leaders. They're great ways to find out what the bank has to offer and I hope that you'll take the time to seek them out. I look forward to hearing about your career success.